So it is a Monday morning, and the drum roll, please. I don't know, opening music, something that just, not motivational music, but just sort of the standard opening. I don't know. People do the countdown, but anyway, good morning,
I
fellas.
like that we just show up in there. I like that we just enter right in. We're here.
You know what? That is very Nudelberg to just show up and be here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday, the 21st. There's that number again that I was talking about. 21,
a big time Monday. A
21.
big time Monday.
So we will continue that. We do have a special guest, an original huddler. Donna Goldfarb will be here this morning. She's going to drop some pearls of wisdom on her words. She sent me a note after Friday's huddle, and it was so great. I said, why don't you jump on and share with everybody? So she's here for that. We got lots of stuff to talk about, but you got to talk some football.
Oh, yeah. What a weekend it was of football. I mean, college football was phenomenal. Tough to see the Gators not win the SEC, but they did just about all they could as a unit to win the game. And I was just glad to see them battle. Super cool to see Jake there. And, all that's great.
So, what's interesting is that I don't think a lot of people gave them a chance. And I might have been one of them who just said statistically and everything I've seen, I was afraid. And at any given time, you felt like they could have just gotten blown off the field. But if you think about 3 or 4 mistakes, if they didn't have those mistakes, that game could have a different ending. That guy intercepts the ball and doesn't get plowed. They score. That's a whole different game.
Yeah, it's a game of inches. I mean, it truly is a game of inches. It's not a metaphor. It's not some cliche coaching thing. It is a game that when you're playing in that caliber of a game, every step, every hand placement, every little thing matters. And the teams that do it consistently over and over and over are the teams that you see at the top every year. And that's why you see Clemson and Alabama there time after time after time.
So talk to me about what you think's going on in the Alabama locker room yesterday and today.
I can tell you this. I would not want to be a defensive coach on that staff because I know that he was all over them. And I think this is important too. When you talk about leadership, right? Nick Saban's holding the players accountable for their behavior and their actions and how they play. But you better believe that to a much higher level, he's holding the coaches responsible for the players' behavior and for what happens. And so he's not just saying, well, we need to play better. He's asking the questions to the coaching staff. Why didn't you have an answer for this? Why would the players be doing this? Because you're either coaching it or you're letting it happen. And either way, we can't have this happen if we plan on winning a national championship and going through the playoff.
Well, he was getting in somebody's ass on screen. They had him turned away. The guy had his head down, but that he was getting after it. A couple of Huddle shout outs this morning. Virginia or Ginny I'm not really sure what she wants to be called, but she's coming from San Francisco. So
up early.
Applause to you for showing up. And then there's a new huddler here. Her name is Emily Maker. That sort of makes for great name team. What do? I'm a maker, man.
The maker.
So
I love it.
I love that. Welcome. Everybody give her a warm, pleasant hello. She found us, as many people are, and she was like, I want to see what this huddle is all about. And seeing it this morning. So there's some really good stuff. Talking about pros, you got to talk about, damn, the Jets won, man. So
can't figure out what they want to do.
So explain this to me. They go into LA and they beat the best defense in the league.
Yep.
What up, man? Come on, man. So all I saw was Trevor Lawrence in a Jacksonville uniform all over. I was like,
I got news for you. If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm not going to New York. I don't care what happens. So I don't know that he ends up as a Jet anyway.
And then if you're Atlanta, you probably want to take out like a contract on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Down 17 And there you go
He
again.
just loves to do it to you over and over
Over
and
and
over.
over. 17. And look who he connects with. Just some things that are old are new. But the big, gigantic news of the weekend is Jake Nudelberg graduated from college on Saturday. They had and then he had his graduation hat, and even though it was virtual, he took a picture on the field at the SEC championship game. There are memories galore for that human. He is watching this morning. I know that. Mark, any comments?
Super cool. I mean, I had nowhere near. Also, I didn't know when my career was going to end, so it was a little different. But for him to have this appropriate send-off of in 2020, where it's hard, there's no real graduation, nobody's walking across a stage. But for him to be able to go to Atlanta and to be okay with losing, like it would be one thing to show up and get erased from the field, but to know that they played about as hard as they could play. And without a few, minor executions here and there, they gave it their best shot. You go home happy with that. And now they're going to get an unbelievable matchup against Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl, and just a very fitting end to his college career, his coaching career. And I'm super excited for him to get down here and get started.
As am I. I think the takeaway for me, because, this has been a routine. We do a pregame call, which if you follow me on social, you've seen me post that. And then the game plays, and then I wait till he goes to the bus, and then we have our post-game call. And, you never really know. There's been some tough ones. The Texas A&M game was obviously a tough call, but the LSU game, tough call. This one was so beautiful, so great in his gratitude, his assessment of what happened. And then he said when the game was over, Kyle walked over to him and said, "What a ride, dude. I'm glad you were here," or something like that. So, his friendship with Kyle will live on forever. But in the spirit of remaining humble, number one, and in honor of the fact that the Dolphins did a hook and
eliminate
him today, let's show Jake in a Dolphins TV commercial.
Hey, are you not shocked? You used the QB for the Miami Dolphins.
Throws back to throw. It is complete. The lateral back at the 20. Touchdown.
Yep, that's me.
Oh, man, you did the hook and ladder play.
Yeah, but it's hook and lateral, not hook and ladder.
Are you sure? My dad showed me that play 100 times. He always calls it the hook and ladder. Yeah, my dad's doing it.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but it's the hook and lateral.
You mean hook and ladder?
No, hook and lateral.
Hook and ladder.
Hook and lateral.
Hook and ladder.
Okay, let's end this right now. Coach, 1982 playoffs, end of first half, Dolphins versus Chargers.
The hook and lateral.
It's not ladder?
Who am I speaking with?
I'm Danny, sir.
Danny, glad you're a fan, but it's hook and lateral, son. Now all you kids, give me a laugh.
For tickets, call 1-888-FINS-TICKS or log on to MiamiDolphins.com.
I told you your dad was wrong. Hook and ladder. Whatever. How far does it have to run?
Does that seem like a different lifetime? I mean, just
That voice.
absolutely great. Shout out, condolences to Coach Shula, but he was a great sport always in everything we did together. And so, obviously,
the thing that I'm most happy about with him graduating is I no longer have to wear Gator shit ever again. I am done. It is official. I'm fully back in the Florida State bandwagon in the clubhouse. We will no longer be seen in orange and blue. It's not welcome on the body. We're done.
Well, how about this? Next Thanksgiving, we will all be together here without anybody working. And so I'm looking forward to all of that. Really great stuff. Jake, total congratulations.
Love you. Congrats, Jakester.
I know the work that you put in, the double timing, being a student and a coach. You did an amazing job. You carried the legacy at the University of Florida. As I said yesterday, shout out to Gator Nation for your education in sports, your education in school and all that kind of stuff. So let's move through. I want to do some motivational music this morning. But before we do that, I want to play a little bit about the human that is going to be singing today. So show me the first video.
The idea of Feliz Navidad was to try and unite the people. My thought when I wrote the song was that it didn't matter what language you were singing in, the feeling of Christmas is privy to all of us. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Jingle bells, the first Noel, We Three Kings. Those are the songs that when I learned them in school, stuck into my ribs.
So if you don't know who that is Jose Feliciano. He's awesome. He has a body of great music. The reason why I'm playing this is Christmas week, obviously. And that song is 50 years old this month. 50 years old. There's some stats on it, man. It remains one of the top 10 performing hits throughout all of Billboard's holiday music. It has drawn 3.8 billion in cumulative radio audience, 306 million on-demand streams, yada, yada, yada. Feliz Navidad is a beloved holiday. Ba, 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 boom. I give you Jose Feliciano.
Our next guest will host a special live stream concert on December 20th in support of the 50th anniversary of his song, Feliz Navidad. Performing the holiday classic, here is Jose Feliciano.
Hey, Jimmy, it's Jose. Feliz Navidad. I'm taking over the show. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad.
So I promise you will be singing that.
Merry Christmas. All day.
But I took this opportunity because I'm a huge Jose Feliciano fan to do real motivational music. And here's what I give you today, which is a redo, but it's unbelievable.
Well, you know that it would be untrue, and you know that I would be alive if I was to go and tell you, Mama, we couldn't get much higher. Yeah, come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire, yeah. Try to set the night on fire. Hey, hey. Come on, baby, light my fire, yeah. Come on, baby, light my fire. Don't you know it's all right? Light my fire, light my fire, light my fire. Oh.
Ooh, so as Kim
Love
Sweet
it.
says, she's in the Christmas spirit. That's feel-good music. And I only hope that the Huddle helped you light your fire this year. It's been an amazing ride for us. We've had fun, but the Christmas time is cool. It is a time to celebrate regardless of what else has gone on. And when you think Christmas, you got to think of vacation.
Before we begin, since this is Aunt Bethany's 80th Christmas, I think she should lead us in the saying of grace.
Oh, great.
What, dear?
Grace!
Grace. She passed away 30 years ago.
They want you to say grace. The blessing.
I pledge allegiance to the...
Oh, Lord. Funny stuff. Time to make, for those of us that are going to go visit family, please be safe. Please wear a mask. Have fun. But it is gift giving time. And Mark, what do you think a really good gift could be for someone who wants to get better, 1% better in 21?
I don't think anything could be better than, a daily huddle every single day, or I don't know. What do you got?
Shay, show me a really good gift. Boom. Why don't you buy a ticket and help someone get better in video selling? We're not real, we don't want to push product and we don't want to push sales in the huddle. But for those of you who have not jumped in, we are adding a bunch of corporations. And so if somebody wants to bring multiple people or wants to buy it as a gift, please reach out to us. This is going to be a great day. We've been brainstorming with the Vidyard people. The content's going to be rich and new and great, and it's a great opportunity. So there is your reminder to do that.
Yeah, I mean, to just kind of go on that a little bit, we're going to be shooting it from 160 Studios, Dragonfly production. So we're going to be partnered with one of our business partners, Joe Mullings, in the production of this event. It's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be chock full of great lessons and strategies. And again, we're going to be diving into actual video content and breaking down people's videos throughout the selling process to talk about what's working, why it's working, to help you adopt the strategy, not just as a philosophy, but here are some real tactical, moves on how to implement it for yourself.
You bring up an interesting point. When I look back on 2020, I look at a lot of events that people paid for that were basically sales pitches to bring you to the next thing. This is it. We're giving you everything you need to get. Now you got to practice and there'll be more to do afterwards. But once you take this course, we're opening up the kimono. There's no.
It's the same as LinkedIn.
The next course.
Yeah, it's the exact same as our LinkedIn course. Like when we teach you LinkedIn, it's not like we're holding strategies to keep, like, here it is. Here's the A to Z playbook on what to do and how to do it. Now it takes time to adopt it and it takes constant practice. But that's what this is when it comes to video selling. And there's no better way than to start your 2021 with getting better on how to use video.
Awesome. So today is the 21st. And if you focus on something, it continues to show up in your life. So you guys know that my word of the year is blackjack. I got a lot of great feedback on that. 21. So today we focus on the benefits of 21. If you focus on numerology, man, it brings you into places you can study what specific numbers mean. So the numerology number 21 is an inspiration and creative self-expression number. The numerology number 21 is both creative in spirit and mostly a reliable partner where creative and generosity all come together. The essence of 21 is that of transformation. You want to see why I'm in this thing? Unbelievable. There is a great deal of self-awakening. You want a gift for 21? Get up. Wake up to what's going on around you. Self-awakening happening within your life path. So it's creative, it's self-awareness, it's transformation. 21 is my year. I'm going to refer to it every year, all of that kind of stuff. I wrote it down. It's everywhere. I'm carrying it in my wallet. And without further ado, after I shared that on Friday, Donna Goldfarb jumped in and boom, she said, look at what I did. Look at my journey. So Donna, welcome to
Hi, Donna. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for all your support.
Yeah,
it's all
our
your
pleasure.
support. Your husband and you have been dear friends and great just great partners, and so thrilled that you're in my life. So please share your word journey.
Okay. So initially, I picked out a totally different word because I was all ready for that Monday Huddle to give you my word. And I had picked the word soar. And I was thinking, oh, that was a great word. It was kind of like an action word like Zoom, but without all the internet clutter. It was trajectory, kind of like I was going to be a rocket going somewhere. And it just gave me the feeling that I was going to be doing something wonderful and soaring into the world. And then on Thursday, I read someone's post on LinkedIn, and that totally it changed my mind completely. And the gist of the article was, why wait? Why continue doing what you're doing now? Why wait until the first of the year? So that's when I put a whole lot of thought into this. It kind of reminded me of like being back in school when you just kind of overthink something, and it was just like on my mind. Glad I'm not back in school. So what I did was I decided to go backwards and figure out all the things I'm doing now that I'd like to see continue into 2021, rather than coming up with something brand new and falling into that 20% of failure rate. Yeah. I kind of wanted to be more than that, 80%. So I wrote down all these ideas and scrambled them all, kind of played like word jumble. And lo and behold, it came out with the word score. And then I even took it a little further. But let me kind of explain what the score part was, if any of this makes any sense to you whatsoever. And the score is probably the closest I'll ever get to any of your football stuff. I have no idea about football, but I understand score.
Donna, let me just put a little backdrop on that for everybody. Donna consistently sends me messages about the football education I've given her over the past 9 months and how appreciative she is of it. So I love the fact that her word for 2021 is a sports reference. Like, it could not be any more fitting. That's awesome.
And I'm hoping I make a touchdown on this one. I'm really hoping I'm going to try my best. So the way the score broke down was the S, and I had to, okay, let me stop for a second. Perfect. When I was in school growing up, I always had to make rhymes or some sort of way that I could remember the capitals of the states and the presidents in the right order. So I used to have to make up sentences with the first letter being whatever it was in the right order. So that's kind of how this came about. This is the only way I can kind of remember stuff. So the S is for self-awareness. And then I broke that down thinking, okay, well, that's kind of a personal goal. It would be like value introspection. And then the C was community involvement. And that was personal also. That's giving back and having gratitude. And then the O was own it, which is really the only one of everything I picked out that had a business value to it. It's like I started my own business and I own it. The failure I own, the success I own. We're going to hit that touchdown for you, Mark, but I own that one. Awesome. The S, the R was to revitalize my artistic drive. And that one again is personal. And I realized that I needed more of an outlet. And I've been doing some, but I just want to continue doing more. And the E part was to energize life. It was another personal value statement. And it was to be with people and to be more active and to participate and do outdoor activity, which will probably not be football, but it'll be walking or something like that for me. So that's how it all came out. And I'm really hoping that I'll hit that 80% of being able to be successful in doing this. And I won't forget what SCORE is because I did it like I did when I was in grade school. So at least I'll remember what the letters stand for. So I probably way overthought this, But I have to tell you, Steve, it was probably one of the best exercises and spectrum that I've done in a really long time. And thinking about the pandemic and everything that we're in, I think I just grabbed onto what you were saying and felt like, wow, I'm using my brain again.
Atta girl.
And I dusted it off.
I have one final ask of you. When someone scores a touchdown, you have to do a touchdown dance.
Oh, no. Okay.
You gotta
be G. Scored. It's not going to be scored. I'm going to add the dance to it.
I love it.
Phenomenal job, Donna.
A couple of things I want to share with people. First of all, if you embrace the activity like you did, that's where the best results are. But you said two things. You reverse engineered where you wanted to go. That's what I did and how I got to, like, people said, dude, how did you come up with blackjack? Like, that's so far off the reservation. I came up with it because I reverse engineered it. I paid attention to the things that were happening around me. And you legitimately do own that. It is uniquely yours. It will show up in so many different ways. And I only wish you tremendous success. Awesome job. Thank you for joining us. And here's the final takeaway. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Donna.
So here's the final takeaway for that, which is so unique. And this was something that I had wanted to get to, but I like having the conversation with people about my word. It sort of informs them of who I am and how I think and whatever. So I start out a lot of dialogues with, hey, can I give you my word? And can you imagine giving your word to somebody is the most cherished thing you can do. And so
well, it also keeps you accountable to it. The more people you tell what your word are, the more it creates, the accountability within your own community and the people that you know of staying on that mission. And I think what Donna did, which is a phenomenal job, which is what I try to work on with people that I'm coaching, is she created 5 specific buckets that everything she does should fall into somehow, some way. Is this energizing my life? Is this revitalizing my creativity? Am I owning this? Like, everything that she does should be able to fall into one of those buckets. And if it doesn't, it becomes really easy to say no to things, because this is my word. This is what everything should be aligned with. And she's created not just one, not just and not to say that there's one bad for having one word, but she's created a wide bucket for herself for all of her activities to fall into, to keep her in line, which will ensure her success.
I think you're spot on there. I mean, you're defining your roadmap,
Correct.
So, I look at it like the Wizard of Oz. You're going down, you're going to run into all different kinds of stuff on the yellow brick road. What do you say yes to? Do you say yes to the poisoned apple? No, because you can either hit, you can stand, or you can double down, brother.
I think we should talk about the Seth Godin quote that you have for today now, the if then, because I think that's exactly what this is about. And that's what Donna said. She was like, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm going to figure out exactly what I want to do. And instead of waiting for January 1st and the New Year resolution, and because most people's New Year's resolutions are too wide, I want to live a healthier lifestyle. If you don't define what that means, if you don't define that by getting more sleep, by eating more green foods, by cutting out sugars, whatever it is, if you don't define it by the actual behavior, you have no chance at actually hitting the target, because the target isn't real. It's just this wide open ocean that you have no way of actually hitting that. So talk about Seth Godin, his if then.
So what's interesting about where you went, and I want everybody, if you can, to tune in on Wednesday, because on Wednesday, I'm going to give you an exercise that you can use between then and the 4th to actually squeeze the lemon and get a lot out of the time that you're off. What?
Bob's comment. What a sweet man. I love you, Bob. That's so awesome to see. No surprise that you guys continue to be successful.
Couple. They are fantastic.
1000%.
So I will leave you with this quote, this comment that came from Seth Godin. And then he said, where is your if if/then. We all have them. If this happens, then I'll do this. If this emergency passes, then I'll take a break. If this customer closes, then I'll invest in my education. If we get this finished, then I'll focus on that. Too often, the if-then is nothing but a stall. A result, we burn trust and worse, postpone a future we'd like to spend time living in. Everybody sees the future, and we can use a Nick Saban quote. Everybody wants what the beast wants. Not everybody's willing to do what the beast do.
Yep. Yeah, and so right in there, don't wait. Don't say, oh, well, if this happens, then I'll go ahead and invest in myself. No. It's now. It's time to step to the plate and do it, because the only way to learn from it and to figure it out and to actually grow within it is to do it. You can think about it, you can say it, you can hear it all day long. Until you start actually doing it, you're never going to start making the progress to actually accomplishing it. So start doing it now.
Unbelievable. This is our last Monday show. Tomorrow, you take over, and I know you'll have it power-packed with great content. And so let's leave with some Christmas music. Be kind, smile, show the love. Feliz Navidad.
Our next guest will host a special live stream concert on December 20th in support of the 50th anniversary of his song, Feliz Navidad. Performing the holiday classic, here is Jose Feliciano.
Hey, Jimmy, it's Jose. Feliz Navidad. I'm taking over the show. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.